So I want to give a big shout out to everybody over on Howard Street, man, for organizing something that I don't know might be kind of controversial. Some people are making complaints about it, but at least it's something. And what they're doing is they're asking the gangs to call a ceasefire for about a 12-hour period during the day, and this comes as a result of that young little guy that got killed over there on Howard Street, man. His nickname was Boom. They're saying people living in the middle of a gang war in Rogers Park are employing an unusual strategy to try and stop it. So this is what I was just talking about up north, man. So a youth organization group are asking gang members to pledge to have a ceasefire between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. daily. So the group is taking its message of peace directly to the gangs in the push to curb gun violence in the neighborhood. They said, we've got little kids, and shout out to Tatiana Atkins. She's the co-founder of the youth organization called Native Sons. So she said, we have little kids, elderly, working class people that are being affected by this. So this is actually a really diverse area. There's a lot of Caribbean people over there, European immigrants, Africans, Hispanics. Like there's a lot of people in this area. And this is off of Howard Street where I told you guys, Loke City, there's a bunch of sets that like fall under that umbrella of Loke City. And then PBG is a few blocks to the north of that. There's also a group of Stones not too far from there. I think actually there's a couple sets of Stones. There's a group called Insane Black Mafia, IBM. So there's a lot of gangs in that area, man, and they're also not too far from Day Day World. And now there's that thing going on with the gangs in Uptown, man. So there's just so much gang violence up north right now, and I had done a video on that, actually a couple of videos on that as an update about a week ago. So, anyways, the 5-year-old who got killed, his name was Devin McGregor. He was killed last summer in the 7600 block of North Paulina, so that's an area that sees a lot of violence. It's the north of a Howard section of Rogers Park. The boy was an innocent victim of gunfire. They said through dance, sports programs, and music, Native Sons wants to engage kids, especially as school is out. The organization even has a studio recording and producing program. A lot of kids are just out in the park with nothing really to do. They get bored. This is according to a Native Sons member. Shout out to Johan. He said that we need to have something for them to do. Just be like in that spirit to keep going. So they don't see enough positive role models in the neighborhood. They said to give them a different outlook on life so they can make a change. And that's according to a Native Sons member named Jamal. But they said the group has also created what they call the People's Ordinance, where they're asking rival gang members and others to cease fire during the day. They said it's almost like a treaty where they also agree that we don't want 5-year-olds being killed. We don't want 78-year-olds being shot. This is according to Tatiana. She said, we've talked to rival gang members, and they seem to gravitate towards what we're trying to do. So it's one small step, they say, to create big change. Tatiana said, I noticed that there's a lot of people that are like, why not just tell them don't shoot? Like, don't shoot, period. And she said, well, we've tried that. She said, why not just listen to the gun laws? Well, we've tried that. So they're saying we're going to do this in baby steps. So even though the school year kicks off soon, they said the group is hoping to keep their momentum going, and they're going to continue to offer their workshops in the evening after school. And anyone who wants to reach out to Native Sons and join the group or attend its workshops can email the organization. And shout out to Tatiana and Jamal and all the guys over there, man, for at least trying something, because there's too many kids getting killed up there, man, like innocent people in Rogers Park. There's been a lot. Up north, man. And, up north, like I said, there's a lot of people up north that really don't know what's going on. Loyola's right there. You got the college students walking around all over the place. And they're right in the middle of this gang feud. And that's an area of the city, man, I've said too, I don't think the gang stuff should be going on anywhere, but especially up there. Like, there's so much stuff for people to do up there. I mean, the one guy said there's nothing for them to do. I kind of disagree right there. Like, there's nothing for the kids to do in Garfield Park and Inglewood and stuff like that. Up there's plenty of stuff for kids to do, like a lot of stuff, man. With the park district, there's like signs on every store window, like, we're hiring and stuff. Some of the kids may be too young to do that, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do around there, man. That particular part of the city. And there's no reason that part of the city really should be violent as far as I'm concerned, because, like I said, there's so much opportunity up there. You go to one of the schools up there, if you're messing up, like, they'll help you out to get back on the right track. Like, they've done this with the gang members. They offer them programs. They offer them help after school with tutoring. They offer them all this type of stuff to try to keep them out the streets, and the kids do it anyways. So, and you see plenty of kids up there that aren't doing that. And then, the kids that are doing it, well, they're living on the exact same block as the kids that are not doing it. So it's like, come on, man. Like, that area of the city, that should not be happening, period. But it's been going on there for a long time, and some of this stuff just gets passed down generationally. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't rock with them. The little kids coming up, they see what the older guys are on. They go out and try to impress the older guys and get respect from the older guys by, hopping in their beef. And it's like, what type of role models are the older guys trying to be, to these younger kids, letting them hop in their beef? So, anyways, man, you guys let me know what you think down in the comment section, man. If this, I hope this can work. I hope this can work. I hope that, you know, they'll at least call a ceasefire between those hours so the kids can at least have time to get home from school, because too many kids getting, shot up on the block out there, man. But by the way, if I have kids over there, they got to walk home from school around the area, I would not depend on this working. I wouldn't count on this working. I would try to get my kids a ride or something like that, especially if they got to walk home, past the spot where those guys hang out at, because they walk past, when they're out there on the block, they're like human targets. Ops come through. You can't trust that they're going to wait till your kid gets out the way. Your boy Winnie Report. I'm out.